Today we're gonna just review and rank my favorite drawings. I made a couple so far, and I needed some content, and I was like, you know what, why not? Let me just rank my drawings real quick. I do want to say that before I start, I want to apologize if the audio and just the quality of the video is kind of ass. This is my first time filming on an iPhone. Well, filming a YouTube video, and I'm filming it on my iPhone. So I'm trying to get better at this, but bear with me. I made a total of about 15 drawings so far, and I'll start from like 15th till number 1. And on 15th, we got the Selena drawing. Honestly, it's not bad, but the reason why it's my least favorite is because I didn't make the face look real enough to the actual person. And because of that, it kind of pisses me off that I couldn't replicate the exact face of Selena. But overall, it's not too bad. I kind of made it while going to school at Corpus Christi. I mean, she's like a huge star over there. Like, that's where she grew up. And I was like, you know what, why not make one? But yeah, overall, it's not too bad. But if I was able to make her face look more identical to the actual person, it would have been higher on my list. At 14, we got Chris Brown, Chris Breezy. Kind of like the same thing about the Selena poster. The more I look at it, it doesn't quite look like him. And I don't like that because I put so much work into it. And I really wanted to look like Chris Brown, but unfortunately, I didn't get the specific outcome that I wanted. But again, it doesn't look too bad. One thing I really liked about what I did was the accent. Hold on, gotta change the lighting. Alright. See it better. There you go. If y'all can see that, like the white accents, it makes it like pop out more, like a little bit more realistic. And even with the jewelry, like, it doesn't look too bad either. The earrings, obviously when you get closer to it, it doesn't look as good, but when you take it a step back further, it looks kind of realistic. Also, the shading is a little bit off, but kind of is what it is. The jewelry, I think it's like one of my first attempts at drawing jewelry. I kind of didn't know how to go about it, but with the little white dots right there, the different colors, it makes it look like a real chain, like authentic kind of. The goatee doesn't look too bad. It's all about the lighting, right? And like the strokes right here with my pencil doesn't look too bad either. And overall, it's like a decent piece. Next up at 13, we got what I call the shattered person. I kind of got the picture on Pinterest, and I was like, you know what, it would be pretty cool if I drew it, so why not? I drew this during, I believe, Christmas break. I was just bored at home, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Kroger, buy some poster paper and just draw it. And it's not too bad. It's like, in terms of color, it wasn't like really hard drawing because obviously you just got light gray, dark gray, and like black. I didn't really shade it too much. I mean, I did a little, but just to give it like that cartoonish feel, if that makes sense. But yeah, obviously you got the details right there. It's supposed to be like a person getting shot in the eye and the person's made out of glass. And with the little white spots right there, it looks like it's cracked. Also with that black right there, it looks like it's cracked. And just overall, like with these curved lines, it's like glass. It makes it look like glass. The white, the gray, it gives it that like reflective tone, But yeah, overall, it's not a bad piece. And I like it, but I've done better, so that's what's gonna be in my 13th spot. At 12, we got this piece right here. I really don't have a title for it, but a lot of people just call it the Silver Surfer, like people that have shown. It's pretty basic. This was one of my earlier drawings, so kind of have like a little nostalgia towards it. But overall, you know, I got it off of Pinterest, and then again, I was like, you know what, why not draw it? Didn't come out too bad. I kind of like how it has that like glass effect, if you know what I mean, like reflective, like the black, white, and gray. It's not too bad. Overall, there's like nothing to say about it. It's pretty simple, calm, cool, collective, nothing much going on. And because of that, it also came out pretty well. 11 got this drawing my uncle. He seen my work and he was like, "Can you do one of me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not?" To be honest, I've grown like so much as an artist to like the point where like my skills evolved. So looking back at some of my older drawings, I don't like them quite as much. Like if I drew this picture again, it definitely would have came out a little bit more better. But I kind of drew this when I was kind of getting into more portraits. So yeah, but to be honest, I like the way the hat came out. Like he had his own like clothing brand. He was wearing it in the picture, so I just included it. It's pretty cool. I like the shading that I added, like that gray kind of bluish color. Then obviously the reflection of the glasses. I could have drew the chain differently so it could pop out more, and then you got the tat that he has. But yeah, overall, I mean, I put it above some other drawings that I did because, you know, it's my uncle, and he was like the first person that I knew personally that wanted me to draw something from. So I mean, it holds a special place in my rankings. Entering the top 10, we got Kendrick as my top 10. The Kendrick portrait. Let me adjust the lighting here real quick. Does that look better? Somewhat, but you know, still drawing this while I was trying to like get better at drawing portraits. This was made last year in 2024 in July. So like the beef between him and Drake was kind of settling a couple weeks before when I was drawing this. Well, a couple weeks. Yeah, I drew this after he had that pop-out showing in LA. And you know, I was kind of bored, and I was like, you know what? I seen this show on YouTube. It seemed pretty cool, so I was like, why not draw him? And yeah, looking back at it again, it's not the best. Like when I first drew it, I thought I made one of my best works yet. But obviously, when you evolve and you work on your craft, you look back and you're just like, wait, hold on, this isn't even that good, you know? Obviously, you got the ears right here. Not too bad. The zipper. I could have did the beard a little bit better, but the mustache was alright. Lips turned out pretty good. Ears, I think I made his ears and eyes too big. Either that or his like overall face too small. But yeah, then you got the braids. Not too bad. The shading over there, not too bad. But overall, I mean, it's not anything like horrible or anything, but yeah. I mean, as long as you can tell that's really Kendrick, then that's the one for me. Like, you can look at it and be like, okay, that's K-Dot. So yeah, that's how I'll put it at my top 10. So I feel like I just had better work. At number 9, we got Life is an Unpredictable Game. This one's not too bad. I got the inspo, like this part of the drawing, like this specific text, like from here to here. I was at Zara at Memorial Mall, and I saw a t-shirt that said that. And I like the way like the design of the dice, like it seemed pretty cool. And I was like, you know what? I gotta take a picture of that and like incorporate it to the drawing, cause like, I don't know, it just looked way too tough to not draw it, if that makes sense. And then I had to incorporate it somehow. And I had this picture sitting on my Pinterest, and I was like, what if I just drew the lady looking at the dice and these words? And I also thought to myself, you know what, that wasn't enough. So let me incorporate another piece that was centered around like gambling, because the dice. And I stumbled upon this picture right here on Pinterest. And I was like, you know what, that would be cool too to add to this picture. This, like, the woman right here. And as you can see the details, he's playing cards. And you see his face, like, his face is obviously a TV screen, but through the reflection, you see his cards right there. Maybe I should have, like, added more detail to the cards, so too blank, but overall, it wasn't too bad. And let me sit down real quick. I kind of like it because it was like unique. Bro, the hardest part was like drawing the dots. Because what I had to do, well, first off, for this one, I'm pretty sure I drew all the dots first and then colored the yellow around the dots. And that took a long time. So then I was like, let me draw it first, the yellow, and then add the dots. So it kind of looks uneven when you get real close to it. But yeah, it was taking too much time if I drew the dots first. I hate how like the pencil didn't come out smoothly, but you know, as you practice and practice, you just make it look better over time, if that makes sense. Like in most of my other drawings, like, well, my most recent drawings, this like the white is like covered in the colored pencils. Like I try my best to like fill in all the gaps, but overall, you know, the red looks good. I used a mix of, I'm pretty sure, Prismacolor and regular and Crayola, also obviously the ink pen. And yeah, I mean, for the red dots, I'm pretty sure that was a red pen. Yeah, that's pen. And like the red accents too make it look nice. It's fire. The blue eyes. Just overall a great piece, you know. The video ended up being way too long, so I might end the video right here and break it up into like either 2 or 3 parts. But part 2 would be coming soon.